Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. A video that I did not expect to be making today. I did not expect this. This came out last night out of literally nowhere, and I was thinking, what the actual fuck has just happened? Marc Cucurella will be joining Real Madrid. It's a here we go, and that means it's done. Real Madrid reached verbal agreement to sign Marc Cucurella from Chelsea. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Player 2. He's the left back wanted by Jose Mourinho. Details to follow. Cucurella leaves Chelsea and joins Madrid after the World Cup. Wow. Where did this come from, eh? Nowhere. We have heard rumors not from the most reliable sources that Real Madrid were going to be interested in the race, but at no point in time were we told it's a done deal. Even Fabrizio Romano himself said this is a unexpected, a shock. No one in the industry had any idea, apart from Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Cucurella himself, that this was going to happen and this was going to be dropped and released last night. No one knew about it. It was silent. Everyone was going about their business. Everyone was watching the World Cup, talking about the World Cup. I was watching F1 because my driver Lewis Hamilton finally won a race, and I was, jumping up and down. I opened Instagram literally after the race had happened, and I was like, let's see what F1 has posted. And then I see a here we go for Marc Cucurella. Like, what? Absolutely incredible scenes. I still can't comprehend what has just happened over the past, 12 hours or so. Like, what a weekend. What a weekend we've had. Um, yeah. And I still have to, cover the fourth day of the World Cup, which just happened, just finished earlier on today. But let's get into more. So it's all done. Cucurella to Real Madrid has been completely signed by Fabrizio Romano. Marc Cucurella will become a Real Madrid player today by Fabrizio Romano. So that is a bit of a confirmation as well that Real Madrid will release Marc Cucurella's Comunicado Oficial today by Le which I find very interesting because we are still awaiting Konate, we are still awaiting Denzel Dumfries, and we are still awaiting Bernardo Silva, right? But I suppose Cucurella is like the most exciting one out of the three. Out of the other three. So, it makes sense that Real Madrid would announce this, and it's the biggest, money paid as well. So you want to get the biggest signing announced first. You get the hype, and then you can slowly announce the other three signings. But yeah, really fast. Real Madrid are moving really fast. Not only has this come out of nowhere, and Real Madrid have agreed a deal out of nowhere, but they're also going to announce this literally the day after they reached an agreement and it was confirmed. Like, mental, isn't it? Um, but yeah, what does this mean in terms of Real Madrid? It means that Real Madrid will now have 4 left backs: Cucurella, Carreras, Fran Garcia, and Mendy. Mendy is still out, injured. and I think his time is pretty much up. So for me, I think you'd sell Mendy. I think if you can get Mendy to back to France, Saudi, MLS, I think that's possible. People will say his injuries and his injury record, no one is gonna buy him. And as much as I agree with that, I think the MLS will happily take someone like him. He's not the biggest profile, biggest name, but he's still a relatively big enough name that people will be excited about it. So I think Ferland Mendy could still be on the way out. Fran Garcia for me has to go. He's not good enough. And I'm happy with Carreras and Cucurella, right? Cucurella is more experienced. He has done it in the bigger leagues. By the way, he played for Barcelona in the past as well, by the way. Let's just say that. But he has done it in the Premier League for the past, 5 years now. And overall, Cucurella still has a lot to learn. And I just think that having someone like Cucurella next to him to learn from him does help Carreras moving forward. So I'm happy with this. And like I said, what it means is that pretty much Mendy and or Fran Garcia will be leaving, and this coming in from said Deportivos. Jose Mourinho has told Real Madrid that he does not want Mendy or Fran Garcia. So essentially, he doesn't want either of them, and I think I'll be happy with both going. To be honest, you can generate a bit of money. Fran Garcia would certainly attract interest from the Bundesliga, I would imagine, maybe even other Spanish clubs. But yeah, I think you could really get good money from these two players. So personally, for me, I would get rid of both, sell both. How much could you make? I would probably say 30 million for both. And look, it sounds like a crazy amount because it might be deemed too low, but realistically, no one is gonna pay more than 15 or even 10 for Mendy, and I don't think Ferran Garcia is gonna get more than 15 or 20 himself either. So if you could get like 35-40 million, that would be incredible. That would be the fee you basically get back from Cucurella, right? So look, this could be the time's up for Mendy, and I think Fran Garcia will leave as well. Now, after some incredible news, really, we have other news. So I saw this comment. Someone commented this on an Instagram post, and I wanted to verify it. So I went to follow Enzo Fernandez, and then I went to click back on this post, right? So Enzo Fernandez did indeed like Marc Cucurella's Here We Go, and that like was very quick. It was an instant like we're talking like 25 minutes after the post, Enzo Fernandez liked it. So I would imagine either he knew about it or he was literally just online and he just saw that and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna like it on my main main business account, right? He decided to like that post. He could have liked it on another account. He could have just looked at it and not liked it, but he liked it. So that means this brother is literally wanting Real Madrid so bad. He's twerking for Real Madrid, bruv. It's so clear. It is so damn clear. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what happens. And we also had a couple more news. Marc Cucurella. Sorry, not Marc Cucurella. Many of you are sending me Enzo Fernandez's like on Cucurella to Real Madrid. Let's see what happens from Fabrizio Romano. So, look, it's not a full-gone conclusion. I would imagine Enzo Fernandez is one of, if not the most realistic midfield signings for Real Madrid this summer. So look, he wouldn't be in my top 5 wanted. Um, or he'll just about scrape in. He'll just be 5th, right? But not my top 3 for sure. But let's see what happens. Watch this space, basically. And breaking, Enzo Fernandez's agent has been speaking to Real Madrid since April. It is a one to watch after the World Cup from ESPN Argentina. So yeah, this clearly shows that I think things are moving behind the scenes. Enzo Fernandez has made it so clear publicly and behind the scenes that he wants to leave for Real Madrid. His teammate and good friend has just joined Real Madrid now, and I think Real Madrid will still be in for another midfielder in the market. So yeah, it makes sense for everyone. Chelsea would be willing to sell if Real Madrid did offer a good amount. So yeah, let's see what happens with this. And yeah, Chelsea continue to ask for £120 million for Enzo Fernandez from Telefootball. Look, Real Madrid are either going to offer the £120 million and get this deal signed, or they will negotiate a cheaper fee, and as time passes, Chelsea will have to accept the negotiated fee because they cannot afford to lose out on the money, basically. Because Chelsea, let's be real, they have to sell. They have already sold Cucurella, and I'll imagine someone like Enzo Fernandez will be another player they would sell because they don't have European football. They're not making money from European football. So now they have to sell to reinvest for Xabi Alonso, right? Enzo Fernandez, I think, is their asset. I don't think they sell Cole Palmer. I don't think they sell João Pedro. He could still leave João Pedro, but I think Enzo Fernandez is someone who they'll be more open to letting go. So yeah, let's see. But lastly, or second lastly, the new era. Karate, Cucurella, Jose Mourinho, Bernardo Silva, Dumfries. Looking good. We are literally on June 14th. Well, today, as of recording, is June 15th. But we are literally 2 weeks into June, and Real Madrid have basically got 4 players in, the managers in, and Real Madrid are still looking to bring in another midfielder, another centre-back, and potentially another attacking player as well. So let's see. But lastly, talking about additions, this is one I want to talk about. So, Sami Khedira is said to be Jose Mourinho's assistant at Real Madrid from AS. Now, apparently, right, we heard, obviously, that Jose Mourinho wanted Pepe. And I don't know why it broke down, but it didn't happen. And Pepe will not be part of his coaching staff or assistant coach or anything like that. And if I'm not mistaken, right, wasn't it Jose Mourinho who had Zidane as his assistant? Was that not the case? Or am I tripping? Let me check this because I genuinely don't know. Or don't remember. So did Mourinho, I can't spell, did Mourinho have Zidane as assistant? Alright, he never did. Okay, it wasn't Zidane, but Zidane wasn't the assistant coach. He was still part of the club. He was still working in other forms in the club. But Mourinho, we know he wants to have people around him that understand what he wants, but also understands the club. And Khedira was one of the most underrated player in the 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 days. Not just at Real Madrid, but in world football. In my opinion, at least, Sami Khedira is one of the most underrated ballers ever, to be honest. And He understands the club well, and he will bring a lot, right? He would bridge the gap between the players and Mourinho. He's gonna be respected for what he's done in football, and I I'm happy with this. I'm all for this, and yeah, having Khedira back in the touchline next to Mourinho, um, is going to be really exciting times. But yeah, that is it for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts are down below. If you guys have enjoyed, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.